As you guys rode the backs of the white dragon's Rethic and the back of the blue dragon Hiraka, as Volako also follows you to meet Maleficent head on. After getting dropped off, the white, black, and green dragon have taken off to flight to keep the majority of the brood off from descending upon you, as the clouds in the sky have turned completely black at this point, and the sky is a bright red orange, with orange lightning kind of striking in between the clouds and peeking out outwards. You guys landed upon the peak of the mountain, where you saw a familiar figure bound and tied to the pole to some posts nearby. Maleficent, who stands next to another large adult red dragon that you've come to know as Tyrak, one of Volako's brothers. Upon descent, it's not clear as he's bound and gagged and his eyes are covered, but you could definitely make out, even with this slumped figure, that it is your twin brother Rory. And you see that he is badly injured and not moving. It's not clear to you whether or not he is dead or if he is just unconscious from the torment that they have done to his body. You see Maleficent standing next to him, licking what seems to be fresh blood off her fingers, and it matches her red lips, and it's quite bright against her otherwise black and pale figure. She addresses the dragons that descended with you, that brought you down here, and she gives them one final chance to, rejoin her group before otherwise she'll have no other choice to deal with the problem and take control of their hordes by herself, with or without them. And that's where we picked off, as Volako cursed Maleficent's name for what he's done, or she's done, and you see him kind of very, very angry and approaching, while the black and white and green dragons are up in the air fighting back and forth. It is dim light up here with occasional bright splashes of light as the lightning has thunder and cracks, but with the dark skies, it is primarily dim light across this battlefield. And I'm gonna go ahead and pause there and see if there's anything you guys would like to do or say, as Maleficent is currently trying to... Oh, I'm sorry, I believe Maleficent also asked you all if to surrender your keys, and she would save you a painful death.
Map?
Oh, yes, let me move you back to the map. Thank you for that. There we go. And you will see that she has, in addition to wings upon her back, that's not really great in the picture, she does carry a staff, and I think that's probably the most notable thing. You'll see that she has like a necklace, like an amulet of some sort around her neck too. And I think that's everything.
I see these runes around the post. Are they glowing or anything?
Nope, they just seem to be carved in ash. Some of these symbols seem familiar with the crux of Chernos that you have uncovered. And you seems like the telltale signs of where this blood ritual must be performed in order to open the gate back to Fantasia.
Lorna looks at Cronus and Josul and just kind of nods and is looking at them like, we're gonna run in. Can I get mad? Can I go now?
Get mad.
Can I get mad? I mean, I'm already pissed the fuck off, but can I go chop some heads?
As she says that, you said it is dim light, so I will go ahead and go invisible.
Nika, should I tell her the same thing I've told every other spellcaster we've faced?
Wasn't it essentially I'll just fuck off?
Yeah, with an extra punch behind it.
I mean,
So if you're going to be using an ability or any actions and stuff, it will require us to do initiative first before you take any of those actions.
I think that is the plan.
I think Lorna plans to say fuck off with her sword, so like.
Yeah,
Go for it.
Lorna is taking her sword out.
She,
Starting to run.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up initiative, but as she sees that you guys are not going to give her the keys willingly, instead of being disappointed, she seems satisfied with your decision. And she looks like she's gonna enjoy trying to take the keys from your dead bodies if she can. Let's go ahead and roll for initiative. And let me go ahead. I have a print off of her character sheet, so I will have to do these rules a little manually here and there. I do have new dice that my daughter got me for Christmas, so I probably will do those here to speed it up, though, rather than type it out when I can.
Hey, Silent, can you add me to initiative? It didn't take my token when I clicked on it.
Yes, I can. Just trying to find her initiative.
You can also re-roll and just change the number yourself.
That is
a
true.
thing.
Frick is.
I like that one better.
No.
Shoot. It's usually listed right under speed and hit points, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be around there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what you get for homebrew. So I will just do dexterity. So d20 plus dexterity. Okay, she will get an 11. Add to her turn. Okay. So hot in here. Okay, and then let me get these dragons going. Character sheet. Initiative. 3.1. I'm going to add 2 to this. Because there's 2 different dragons. I'm going to have Tyrak be the 3.1, and this one's going to be the higher one's going to be Volaco. I didn't declare that, but that was my intention. And then, let's see here, the blue one. Let me get him. Okay, character sheet, initiative. And let me get some of these wormlings that are also there. Okay, let me go ahead. Pop those out. Okay. Alright, I think I got those. I think we're in shape. And I like that the NPCs go after the player, so Josel, you get to go first. And
You might want to reorder that.
Yeah, because I believe Anika goes first.
oh, okay. Let me see.
Yeah.
Sorry
that's good.
about that. Okay. Anika, you go, or Anika, you'll start us off as, yeah.
Yeah. Da. So, let's see. Let's try to deal with Maleficent first and see what the dragon does. I will Eldritch Blast the witch.
That's gonna hit. All 3 hit.
Great. Let me make sure I have Cosmic. Yep.
As they all kind of collide into her being, doing a total of.
Ooh.
There you go. 41 points of damage total. Okay. Oh, let me write her max hit pool on here. So I don't have to keep guessing or going to my sheet for everything. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Are we still... Are me and Faye on the dragon, or are we next to the dragon?
You guys, I believe, dropped off the dragon. If I'm mistaken, though, you guys can correct me.
Then I'm gonna move over this way a little bit.
Okay.
And then my turn.
All right. At that point, she is going to use one of her legendary actions to cast a spell at will. And she will be casting Eldritch Blast as well. Let's see who she targets with that, though. 1D. How many bolts does she get? Okay. So, I guess I gotta do 4d4. Or 5, I'm sorry. Going left to right is what I want to be doing. So 1 is Josel, 5 is Anika. Okay. So Anika, and Josel, it looks like. So let's go ahead and do the attack roll. Which
Joseph goes, "What did I do?"
You're being
You were there.
You were there. Let's see here. It is. What's her spell attack? Shoot, where are you at? Spell casting. There it is. Okay. 4d20 plus 13. Okay. So the first two for Josel here. The first one's a hit. 21. That's the magic number? Or you
20 hits.
20 hits. Okay. So the first 2 hit, and then these next 2 hit you, I believe, Anika, as well.
Yep.
All right, and that is gonna be how many damage die is that?
Be 1d10 each usually.
Oh, each one. I gotcha. So let's do d10 for Josel. No proficiency or charisma or any modifiers, right?
Not unless you have a special thingy for it.
Oh shit.
Not unless you're cool like Faye.
Yeah, it's a players.
no.
It's an Eldritch Evocation. I don't know what it is for NPCs.
No, it's 1d10 for each blast.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yep. All right. So that's going to be 11 points of shit. Is that necrotic damage?
Force.
It's force.
Force damage. All right. So that's going to be 11 points of force damage to you, Josel, and 9 points of force damage to you, Anika. And that's going to bring us to Haraka's turn, who's immediately going to call out to Tyrak to convince him or to try to stop him. But in similar fashion as the other dragons that you've tried to negotiate with it force, it seems like his words have little effect. So he's going to fly up in the air a little bit, and he's going to be looking at them both. You know what? Let me go ahead and just see if he gets his... You guys did a long rest after this, right? I believe so.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. Yeah. We were before
Of
this.
sorts, yes.
Okay. Right, so, or was it a short rest? I can't remember. I think it was
I
a
believe
little...
it's
I
a
think
short
it
rest.
was.
It was a short rest, but I think
It
you
was
did
one of them.
a quick one because I think we said we'll do the 30-minute rules on that one, and then I think the dragons use up every one of their hit die to get their health back.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do that. And since it was a short rest, I roll a d6, see if he has his breath weapon. He does. So he's going to use his lightning breath to try to capture them both in the blast. So let's see here. That is going to be a dexterity saving throw for both of them. So 1d20 plus 5. For Maleficent, that's a fail, so she will take the full. And then this guy, Dex, that is a pass. So he'll take half the damage. The damage is 12d10 lightning. For 75 points, so she is going to take 75, and he is going to take what's that? 37? No. Yeah, 37.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see here. What did I? It's at 75. There we go. All right. She is then, after taking that much damage, is going to use her legendary action as her form almost starts to shake and change, and then start to slender and then disappear as she poofs away and uses a form a skill very similar to Misty Step, but slightly different.
Did I roll Arcana to recognize it?
You wouldn't gain much more than it's a form of Misty Step, but obviously, unlike the normal form, it's quite obvious. Where she's not
I was thinking it was
reaware.
like Blink.
It's not Blink. It's a form of Misty Step, but unlike normal Misty Step, where obviously the user comes back out after her after they move, she is remaining invisible. It would seem. But you hear as soon as she disappears that like disembodied kind of cackling laugh, but then it's quickly no sight of her upon the battlefield as the Tyrak stands there looming and looking at you all. This is going to be Volako's turn, and he is without Maleficent. He's going to come at his brother and say, Tyrak, and he'll say, Tyrak, only one of us can lead the brood, and if you stand with Maleficent, you stand against me, and he will go ahead and attack him. Let's see, does he have his breath weapon? Or 1d6. It's a 3, that means he does not. So let's go ahead and do his attack. So he gets a 1 bite, 2 claws. Uno, dos, tres. So 23, 26, 20. I believe those all hit. 20. Yes, they do. Let's go ahead and roll damage. For 28, 40, 44, 58, and 65 points of damage. Okay, that's gonna end his turn. Let me see here. She doesn't have any more legendary actions. That brings us to you, Josel.
I have learned my lesson from the last witch we fought, so I'm going to go ahead and cast See Invisibility.
There you go. Okay.
Which lasts 4 hours, so that's going to be good.
Okay. How do I do this? If I put you on the GM layer, you're not going to see. I'm just going to bring her back, but obviously we can't meta and know where she's at unless you have the See Invisibility. So let me put her back to the token layer. So there she is for you, Josel.
All right. I am going to point out where she's at, but I'm going to head over to Lorna's brother. But I'm going to keep my sword pointed at her, and I'm going to shout, "She's over there, over by the rock." So it's going to be in this general area.
I'll say you guys won't have a specific spot on her, but you'll know that she's within that 10-foot, 15-foot radius and by the rock. So, yeah, within 3 squares of her. So we'll probably. All right. All right. That brings us to Feyreal Bonray.
I am going to get on my broom and I'm going to move out right here, taking out a scroll, and I am going to read my haste scroll pointing to Lorna. Kick her ass!
Okay.
As Lorna, you feel yourself with the zoomies.
Fuck yes!
But the cat's version of the zoomies. So go fuck some shit up.
All right.
I still have some movement, and I am going to.
So just for others that don't have the flying ability, obviously you're going to have to move around that crevasse. So, but you're fine on a broom.
Yep, I'm over here.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
And that's mean because I can't see her. I can't put Hexblade's curse on her yet, but that's fine.
Okay. Cronus, it is your turn, sir.
Did I get the invisibility pulled off before the combat started?
No. Any kind of action or ability or anything like that would require you to take your turn during the initiative order.
Okay.
So you could do that if you'd like to now.
There's no point. Alright, let's see. I will also move towards Rory here. And I will cast my healing hands once on him.
Okay. Okay.
6. Like,
You have to roll the what's the homebrew? It's been so long now.
yeah, I don't remember.
What is it? I'll pull it up real quick. See if it goes off successfully or not. Come on.
I think you have it in the house rules PDF.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it here. Crafting spells or new techniques. Let's see here. It is a level 3 ability, I believe, right? So go ahead and roll me a d8. And if you roll it's successful, as long as you don't roll a 1. All right, you go ahead and do so. Upon doing so, it takes a moment before you see any kind of visibility of what it is, but you will see that his body starts to tremble and shake a little bit from the little bit of health that you've healed him for. It doesn't seem like he's fully conscious yet. He's really, really bad. Actually, this close, you and Joseph are going to see that there is not only fresh blood on his torso and his limbs and places where the wounds have been freshly made, but you'll see dried blood around his, kind of like dried blood tears coming from underneath the bandages come across his cheeks. And also you see that dried blood around his mouth and even coming from where the bandages wrap around his ears and stuff. Blocking sound and stuff from him. But he does seem to react to your healing, so he is not dead. Not dead yet. Okay. Anything else?
No, I don't think there's anything I can do at the moment.
Let's see here. What is his legend? You can make a tail attack. It's 15 foot. Still a little out of his way, but he can reach you. Let's see who he attack with first, though. He can't get the blue dragon, so it's between you and the other red dragon, real quick. So one's for Valaco, and the other one is for you, Cronus. For you, Cronus. So let me go ahead and run d20. Plus 14. 17's a miss, I believe. That's going to end his action and bring us. That's it. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn? I'm sorry, I thought you already said that. But
Actually, real quick, rage is a bonus action, right?
it is. You could go into rage.
I'll go ahead and go into my rage.
And that reaction will count as a combat, so you will maintain your rage. Bringing us to you, Lorna. You hear the whereabouts of where the witch has disappeared, but you do
Yup.
not see her.
That
You do see the red dragon is kind of flailing and attacking all three, or everyone around him and the dragons.
awesome. So, I am going to bonus action go into a frenzied rage, and I am going to run somewhere over here. How would you like me to do this? She's going to do reckless attacks. But straight attacks.
But you have to kind of know specifically.
Yeah, so
Let's do this. How much movement do you have left, I guess?
I went like 5, 10, 15. I have 80 feet.
Okay.
I'll say I have like 60 left.
Just roll me a d20, and let's just a flat d20, and let's just see where how well you do.
Fuck.
I will say, okay. You'll use up. You're gonna use up, I guess, some of your movement to feel like run into this invisible object, but you will be obviously have plenty of movement to do so.
Yeah.
So after you kind of, you're kind of like I imagine you sticking out your sword like a water detection rod almost, and then you bump into this. You just lightly
Spear.
tap into this invisible object, and you immediately your muscle memory just immediately goes into action. You go to swing your weapon. These will be at disadvantage though, so go for it.
Perfect. So she's going to reckless attack, so they're just going to be straight then.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Go for it.
I will take my 3. Ooh, do I dare do Great Weapon Master? Fuck it. She's going to do 3 Great Weapon Master attacks.
Okay,
24,
that's a hit.
25,
That's a hit.
and a 20. The 20 hit.
20 does. I'm sorry. All 3 hit. Yes, I'm just reading whether or not it breaks the spell if she takes damage or not. It says she remains invisible till the start of her next turn, or until she attacks, makes damage roll, or casts a spell. So she doesn't lose her invisibility.
It's
Would
not
it
a
be
concentration
concentration?
spell.
It's not a concentration spell.
Okay. Well, that will be 93 points of damage.
Yeah, that's a good amount of damage. Okay.
Yep. She's pissed off. She's
All
just
right.
like, you will not keep my brother.
Okay.
And that's her turn.
She is going to use one of her spells though, and
Absolutely.
she's going to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
All right.
I will take it.
Dex save.
Well, now we know where she's at.
Not 2.
10.
You have advantage on deck. Oh, you already did.
Dex save. So go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw, please, Laura.
Okie dokie. 19.
All right, that is gonna fail,
Oh, fuck.
and you're gonna take. Let's see here. 10 plus 1d10 for each spell level. It's a first level spell, so it's 5 levels above first level, or 4 levels above first level. Sorry.
Cool.
If it's
So,
Hellish Rebuke, they
16.
also. Yeah, it'd be 60.
Let me see what type of damage. It's fire damage, which I think you have resistance to. 46 points of fire.
I'm pretty sure I don't. No,
No one's
Maybe
drank
you
a
get some
potion.
Potions. Oh, that's what I'm
we
thinking
don't
of.
have any. Yep. Okay. Cool.
All right. That's going to bring us to her, and she's going to do the following. Let me. She is first going to use her Frightful Presence ability, which she can use when she makes her multi-attack. So anybody that's within 90 feet of her and can see her now, which is everyone that can see her, needs to make a Wisdom saving throw or become frightened of her for 1 minute. So
Oh, is she visible?
she is now that she used the spell to
Okay.
Hellish Rebuke. Yep. Nice rolls, guys. Damn. And I'm sitting here wearing 21. What's going to be too
Anika,
high.
don't forget you have advantage.
Oh yeah, I do. It's frightened. She's.
What's up with us in 23s?
So everyone passed except for Cronus, but I think.
Just gonna shake
Oh,
it
wait.
off.
Lorna can't be frightened while raging.
Oh, gotcha. Thank you.
Yes.
So that means. Cronus, you have an ability to not be frightened. Okay, but you have to use your action to remove it. Is that right?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. So you're currently frightened of Maleficent. She is now going to use her attack, and she's going to attack you twice, Lorna, with Paralyzing Touch.
Ooh.
So let's go ahead and I'm just going to 2d20s. So 23 and 25.
Yeah.
I will need a Constitution saving throw for both of
Okey-dokey.
those. You're pretty good at those.
Mm.
Mm,
All
God.
right.
We were saying?
I'm sorry I jinxed you, I think.
Fuck!
You
Come
are,
on!
You are paralyzed for 1 minute. You can make the saving throw at the end of each of
Okay.
your turns, ending the effects of it on a success. Let's see here. So
And
she-
is this a concentration thing for her?
No, it is not. It's just an attack ability. So she is going
This
to.
actually wouldn't be a bad time to drop concentration on haste. Lorna is paralyzed.
No!
Didn't you use a scroll? I don't think you have concentration, do you?
You still concentrate on it.
How much? You only have 30.
Don't drop it, that was 1 round!
Okay, she's gonna tuck into this rock so that she can't get hit by the people that are shooting across the field. So she's got coverage. Let's see.
Does she have cover for me?
How you could probably fly up in the air a little bit, but you'd have to get closer to get more than 3/4 coverage on her, because she's got full coverage unless you fly up in the air and move closer, and then she's probably got half or 3/4 depending on where you move. Anika, I'd say because you're more along the edge of it rather than straight behind the rock, I'll say she's got like 3/4 coverage for you. Obviously, if you guys move, that changes things. So let me see. So you did her attacks. You did that. Yeah, that is everything she could do. Only person frightened is Cronus. I don't imagine that to be long-lived. Go ahead and go to the next turn, which is the dragon wormlings, who are going to go after the bull.
Of
And
course.
Let's go ahead. And they are going to make let's see, for one's on the left, two's on the right. Nope, neither of them. Oh wait, the one on the right does get a breath attack. All right. Let's see here. The one on the left, first for you, Faye, is going to make its attacks against you. So here is a. Oh wait, that's the wrong. No, it does not make 3 attacks. I'm sorry. It only gets 1 attack. Here we go. A bite. That's going to be a miss. And this one's going to
just whack it with my shield.
Yeah, it goes to bite into you and it meets your the metal of your shield instead. This one's actually going to bite at you as well, Anika. It's did a 22. I believe that hits for 11 points of damage. One of that being on fire, and that's going to end their turn. And it's going to bring us to Tyrak's turn, which I keep forgetting he has legendary actions, but it's okay. Let's see here.
I think between the witch and the dragons, I think the dragons don't need no legendary actions. Let's just keep it simple.
It'd be a bit much.
You're fighting with 2 adult giant dragons, and you guys are doing perfectly fine so far.
I think it's difficult. I'm just saying it takes so long.
Mhm. Let's see here. Really, it wouldn't. I guess it wouldn't move too much away because no one else is really giving it too much problem. It will move a little closer to those around Rory, though, and he is going to make his attacks against Tyrak. And let me do a D3. Who's going to attack? 1's Josel, 2's Cronus, and 3 is Velako. So 3 is Velako. Here he goes. 8. 28 miss, 15's a miss, and 22's a hit. So 2 of those hit for 2d10 plus 8 plus 2, 6. I forgot the fire damage. So that's 33 points towards him with his bite attack, and here's the 2 claw attacks. R2. So it does a total of 66 points, half being the fire damage. So it's going to do a total of let's just say minus 56 damage. Okay. It's going to end his turn. It is Maleficent's turn, or can they use is it after anyone's action, or is it only after a player's action can they use a legendary action?
Any action.
Okay. Let's see here. She is going to aim at Josel and Cronus with Eldritch Blast and fire those at two of you. So here's 2 for you, Josel. 27, and those both hit. And then this one's for you, Cronus. 19 and 14 both miss. Go ahead, roll damage for you, Josel, which is 2d10 for Eldritch Blast. Force damage, you'll take 19 points of force damage. All right. And that brings us to you, Anika. What would you like to do next?
I'm going to use the spell I got from my book. And in this 30-foot line here, I'm going to cast a wall of water so that the fire dragons have to deal with themselves and can't fire at us that well.
Nice.
How long is that wall for? How many feet does that wall go?
30 feet.
Okay, so Haraka...
Wait, assuming I'm close enough at the moment, so 1 sec. Yeah, I'm good.
How tall does that thing go again?
10 feet? 10 feet high, 1 foot thick.
Second. Can you post the wall of water real quick? I just can't remember what it says about, like, can they see through it? So,
They should be able to.
Okay, so they could still take reactions, but they'll take damage if they try to hit anyone through the wall of water, obviously.
They don't take damage. Basically, fire damage is halved if it goes through the wall. It's difficult terrain, and ranged attacks have disadvantage, I believe.
Yep, got it. Okay, cool. Does that end your turn?
Yep.
Or what else?
Well, so Maleficent, you said was on top of the rock or in the rock?
She's behind the rock. She's just moved up closer to it, so the people that were away from her can't just beaming her with spells.
If I were to get like on top of the rock over here, would I be able to see it?
You have 3 probably. Yeah, if you got up there, you would be pretty much a straight roll because you're almost parallel with her at that point.
Cool. Then I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, sharpshooter anyway.
No, I have spell sniper, which I think is.
You know what I mean.
Yeah. I don't know if that does the same thing. I'd have to look.
It does.
It's the same.
Oh, look at that! I did not know that.
So technically, you didn't have to move.
That's true, actually. Oh, and I'd Misty Step anyway because I'm next to a dragon. But I do want to get closer, so we're gonna go here. So I can still see her enough.
All right. I think here.
And then Is it okay if I draw the line so that we all remember, including me? That
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah. Let me just think. All right. She is going to use another legendary action as you approach there. And she's going to cast, use Eldritch Blast upon you. Well, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. She focused on Josel and Cronus before. Let me do a roll D3 or.
Done me and Josel before.
What's that? I'm sorry.
It was me and Josel before.
But Cronus as well. I think it was in that last one. So
Ooh.
one's for Josel, two's for Cronus, and three's for. Or I got two of these. Splitting them up half and half. So two's for Cronus and three is for you, Anika. So let's go ahead and do attacks. So 2d20 plus 13. This is for you, Cronus first. The first one is a crit, so I rolled double the damage. So that'd be 4d10. Or no,
2d10.
2d10, thank you. 2d10 for 14 points of damage to you, Cronus, for force damage. And then these... did I roll their attack for you yet, Anika? No, I did not.
No.
Oh, okay. Those both hit with the crit,
Mhm.
so that's going to be... let's see here. That'd be 2d10 plus one more d10, so 3d10 total.
Yep.
You're 10 feet away from Unica.
For 17 points of force damage.
Okay.
And that's going to end that legendary action. It's going to bring us back to the blue dragon. And he's going to kind of fly up and around a little. Well, no, he doesn't have a breath weapon yet. Let's see him roll his breath weapon first. Or 1d6. Right, he does get his breath weapon back. Alright. Yeah, if you got him, use him, I guess. So let's see here. It was this. Oh, it doesn't do the damage. Okay. R12d10. And I need a dex save from him. Dex saving throw. That is 21. That will pass, so he'll take half as much, which is 23 points of lightning damage. Right. Come on. Okay. All right. And that's going to take us to Balako's turn, but not before stuff starts to happen on the battlefield. Let's see here. You see that there's a swarm of drakes and wormlings that seem to be breaking off from their fight and combat with the white, black, and green dragon. They seem to be narrowing down on the field to kind of bring aid to the brood mother. Let's see here. It's a 60-foot radius. So let's just see. I'm gonna roll D3. One's gonna be at Josel and Cronus's area. You're already stunned, Lorna, so I guess one's for Josel in his area, one's for you, Anika, in your area, and unless I can get all of you, or let me just get the token thing. Where are you at? Shapes, AoE, templates.
But it dive bombing us or something?
Exactly.
Oh god, the napalm.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
they could get all of us.
Okay. So I need, let's see here. I will need a dexterity saving throw from everyone but Lorna, who's already paralyzed, so she'll just have to she'll take the damage direct.
I'm going to use a luck point.
Okay.
Use Indomitable.
Okay. All right. Faye, you're the only one that, or
Damn it.
Faye and Anika and Indomitable does what again? I'm sorry.
It allows me to reroll, and I fail.
Okay. So Anika, Faye, you do not. You guys do pass. Let me read. It does not specify half damage, so you'll just take no damage for this. But everyone else will take 66 piercing damage. So I'm going to roll that.
And then I'll take half of that from evasion and then half of that from rage.
Okay.
Lorna would take half from rage.
Okay. Yep. So 27 for everyone else. That failed.
Let's see, that's 14 and 7.
13 and then 6.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Round down.
All right. She's going to use her another legendary action at that well, no, it's not a layer action's turn. Sorry. That's going to bring us to Velako against this guy, who's going to first see. He will see if he has a breath weapon, because unlike Haraka, I don't really care if you guys get caught in the between. 5 or 6. Will not actively try to hurt you guys though. So let's see here. It's 60-foot cone. So this going through this, how does that work when it's a area of effect kind of thing? Does it just take half the
Anytime,
damage?
It's half.
yeah, it would
Okay.
have because it goes through the water.
Okay,
for
this is gonna be half
everyone
then for everyone
other
on
than the
so-
dragon.
yeah, this includes you. I'm sorry. This halves it for you, Anika, Cronus, and that's it. Cronus is the only other one that's in the wave.
What about the brother?
He's not on the black
It is
line,
a red.
square.
It is a red dragon though too.
Technically, does it come? It comes out the front of him, doesn't it? Like that, really.
Middle
Or
of
does it-
the token. Yeah, that's how I've always done it.
We've done half though sometimes on like lines and stuff.
He
Actually,
he does have a long neck.
Yeah, I guess he could post it anywhere.
I mean, I'll just say that it
Oh wait,
hits.
I'm sorry. It's going from Velaka, who's in the top one. So yeah, I'll say that you're in the majority of it. Rory's been through a lot, and he's not. So let's go ahead and do this it's for you, Cronus, and you, Anika. So let me go ahead and do the damage.
What save
Or
is
I'm
it?
sorry, the dex save is. Go ahead and give me a dex save for the breath attack, please. Okay, Anika, you pass. Cronus, you fail. And I gotta give him a dex save as well.
I get to use evasion more than once, right?
Yeah, it's just an active.
Use it every time there's a dex save.
Does red dragon even take fire damage?
That's a great. Oh shoot, that's a good point. He wouldn't do fire damage because he would know that. He wouldn't do because that literally would do nothing to him. Great point.
Just
Never
annoy
mind,
the shit out
Anika.
of him.
Yeah, Anika and Cronus, ignore that because that makes no damn sense. He's just gonna do his bite and claw attack.
That makes
Sorry.
perfect sense. He doesn't like us.
Not at this point of the battle. You're taking care of Maleficent while he takes care of the next in line. So let's see here. 17, 21, 18. I think the AC is 19. So only the claw hits for 14 points of slashing damage.
He was really upset he couldn't set anything on fire.
He was like, wait a moment. I can't do this to you. Fuck.
Well, now I feel silly.
Also, I don't trust the red dragon. That's why the water's there.
All right, it's gonna do. She's gonna take another legendary action and use her Eldritch Blast again. So we're gonna do 2d20 at I'm gonna do Josel, and I'm gonna spread the love out and do Cronus this time. So here's the Josel. 21 or 22 hits, but the other one misses. So 1d10.
You know, I'm gonna shield it. Fuck it. I can't keep taking hits like this.
Okay. Do you pass on? Yeah, you should pass on that one then, right? And then this one's coming at you, Cronus.
Yep.
So this first one's a miss. The second one's gonna hit.
Yep.
So you will take 1d10, 10 points of force damage, and that's gonna bring us to Josel's turn.
All right. Now I can do what I came here to do. I'm gonna start hacking either the rope or chain or whatever is holding Rory on these this column here.
Okay. You could use your action to do that and free him from the pole. Absolutely.
All right.
You chop him free, and his body just slumps to the ground like a sack of potatoes, with little strength in his legs to try to help brace his fall. It's a pretty hard drop.
All right. Cronus is stronger than me, so I'm confident that Cronus can get him out of there. And then I'm going to go ahead and run. Well, I can't run because I used the action, but still, I'm going to. Yep. Wow, I can get right there. Cool beans. I'll get right here. And bonus action, second win.
Okay.
Okay, not bad. And that is turn.
All right.
No, I'm sorry. I want to action surge. Let's get this done. I want to start attacking Maleficent.
You're gonna attack Maleficent. Okay.
There's a
Go for
17 hit,
17 misses.
so probably have to make an 18. All right. I bet those two hit though.
Yeah, they did both hit for 12,
16.
27, 28 points of damage.
Nice.
Now it's my turn.
Okay. He's used up her legendary actions. It's your turn, Feyreal.
All right. I am going to move away from this dragon so I can see Maleficent.
Hello.
Bonus action. Or if the dragon wants to take its opportunity attack.
Oh, yes, it will.
Unless it got scared by my shield.
It will do what it can. On. Bite. 17, I think, is a miss. So go ahead.
Bonus action. Hexblade cursing her to increase my crit range. Alright, and then let's shoot her a few times.
All right. Hit, and hit. 14. 21. 35, 40, 47 points of damage. Damn. All right.
Let me see how much movement on the prune.
She looks- You're starting to see blood that's not blood that's her own instead of other people's on her.
How dare you make me bleed my own blood?
And she looks at you very, very menacingly and frustrated.
I'm just gonna mock her in Draconic. So much for being this great mage.
All right. Is that it, or anything else with your turn?
It's me.
Cronus, what would you like to do? And I believe you're still
Yeah,
frightened,
so
right?
action, break the frighten,
Okay.
and then Ghost will just dump the body off and ran. So looking around real quick, does this area here look somewhat safe? Like, is this like behind some rocks?
Yeah, that's like a rock structure that's kind of coming up in like an arc, an arch.
So like,
So you could go on the opposite side of that thing and get coverage if you wanted to.
okay, so
From Maleficent, but yeah.
I feel like that's probably the best place to do this.
You could probably drop them in here.
Yeah. So I would like to pick up Rory and take him over to here. And then to get the speed needed, I would use Step of the Wind to give me the dash action as my bonus action.
That will give you the speed you need. Yep.
And then yeah, that's gonna be it. I'll just end my turn right there, just to keep an eye on him for the next round.
All right. That's gonna end your turn, bringing us to Lorna.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Oh, you gotta make your Constitution saving throw. Oh no.
Yep.
You got a fate token or anything?
How
We
often
do.
do we get our fate tokens back?
You know what? It's a whole new start. You guys get 6 fate tokens. I'm gonna update
Do
that.
it.
Do it.
Yes, I'll use a fate token.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yes!
Great use of it.
Very great use.
Let me go ahead and update this, otherwise I'll forget to do it, and we'll be right back where we started last year, where you guys have an endless set of fate tokens. Okay.
Well, to be fair, we rarely use it.
Yeah, until someone reminds.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So you break. You're outside of paralyzed, but it is at the end of your turn.
Cool.
I'm gonna double check that. Yep, and the effects of myself. Wait. Sorry, I can repeat the same at the end of each. Yeah, that's at the end of the turn. So, all right. That is going to bring us to Maleficent, who looks bloodied, angry, and all sorts of pissed off. You'll see that the like black kind of smoke just starts to kind of emanate off her. You'll see these kind of green flames, kind of aura surround her as well. And she'll say, "None of you will stop me from returning and claiming my rightful seat in the new world that Reed has promised us." And you'll start to see this small, thin form start to grow, and her wings become more massive and more massive as she turns into a massive shadow dragon. Let me make sure it's the right size. It's an ancient one, so let me...
Ancient? Oh god.
Yes.
Oh.
That does use her action, though, to do so. And that is going to end her turn. So that brings us to the wormlings. Oh, shoot, because I hit her. I'll have to put her back on the token layer. Shoot, come on. Otherwise it messes up her initiative order. Okay. Alright. Let me get this open real quick. Hold on. Change. Secondly, there is one more thing. She keeps her hit points, hit dice, ability to speak, proficiency, layer action. Okay. She keeps her layer actions, but it looks like she loses her abilities that she gets when she is in. Yeah, she loses her other kind of abilities like paralyzing touch when she does that. Okay. Got it. Alright, and let me just make sure I got the character sheet. Come on. Why do they do this to me? There we go. I'm trying to see if this has a character sheet. Go. Oh, did I not make her big enough? Come on. That's too big. Alright, it doesn't matter. Alright, so, let's see here. That's her turn. She used her action to do that. So you'll see this ancient shadow dragon take her form, and still speaking, still kind of having that disembodied cackling voice as she transforms. And her turn brings the wormlings. They are going to pursue. And here we go with their attacks. Bite for you, Faye. That is going to be a miss. Bite for you, Anika.
I just look at the one over by me. Just like, will you please go away?
And
I
then
look
here
at the one
comes-
that's probably about my height and just tell it to fuck off.
All right. All right. This one is surrounded them, but he sees that his master is in trouble. He's gonna still fight this one to the death. Then, at least until Maleficent's no longer there. Fight, claw, and claw. Those 3 hit. So 20. We don't think, or you're is immune or resistant to fire? Immune to fire. So 20, 33, 47 points of damage towards Balako,
Damn.
who's looking rough, but still plenty of fight left in him. Tyrak is looking rough as well. Going to bring in that and bring us to Anika's turn. But not before this dragon takes legendary action and uses its, let's see here. It's going to use its wing attack against I'll say you're behind coverage, Cronus, so you'll go ahead. Because Roy's probably laying on the ground and really behind coverage. No, you're behind that too, because you're right behind the rock. So this is really just going to affect anyone that's 20 feet, not in immediate coverage. So, Faye, well, I don't know. That's kind of, yeah, I'd say no.
I am also up in the air.
Good call. Though I think it's I don't know. Say radius or sphere, doesn't matter. So Josel and Lorna, you guys will experience this as he makes a wing attack. I will need a dexterity saving throw from both of you. And Lorna, I don't think you're raging anymore because of being paralyzed. Unless did you take damage?
She did.
It did. She took
Yeah,
the
I
damage
did.
from the
Dive bomb.
payload.
Yep.
Yep,
So I
you're
still
right.
have rage,
You're right.
and it's
Yes.
all the time.
Got it. Oh, you have that ability now where you don't ever break loose rage now?
No. The danger sense.
Gotcha. Okay. So 15 is a fail, 18 is a fail as well. So let me go ahead and do some damage. We will take, let's see here.
Josel, do you want to use one of those tokens? How low are you?
Looking good. I'm pretty sure a couple of rounds I'll be down. I can handle 12. 12 ain't that bad.
No.
I thought this lady was going to give me a problem.
Right?
12 points of bludgeoning damage to both of you. You both are knocked prone, though. And then the dragon can fly up to half its speed away.
Oh, bullshit.
So, she will do so.
Do we get opportunity attacks? I mean, Josel would.
You know what? I'll give Josel an opportunity attack as he flies kind of over your heads, but he would get the initial reaction.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm too far away.
Oh.
It's all good.
I think it would be at disadvantage since now I'm prone.
Well, I'm still wondering if
Yep.
you would move that far either.
Oh.
Guess we'll just.
I'm trying to think where you'd move. How much feet movement? I think you get 60 feet of movement. It's gonna move over to the other side of the crevasse. Let me double check his flight. Oh, he's got 80 feet of movement. Yeah, he'll definitely put some distance between him and everyone surrounding, or her and everyone surrounding her. And that's going to bring us to Anika's turn, who is standing right next to this ancient shadow dragon that you've been taking pot shots at for a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna look up at the giant dragon, confused if it forgot where it was. What? Okay. Let's not be next to a big dragon, please. So we're gonna Misty step over here.
We're gonna GTFO.
Yep. We're gonna not be there. And then we'll cast. Why not? Let's bring out a spell. I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt at the Shadow Dragon. Hopefully not.
Shadow Bolt at the Shadow Dragon. Go for it. That is a hit. Go ahead.
It
and roll
was at
damage.
second level too, because I thought it was gonna ask me when I rolled, but it did not.
Okay.
So.
It's when you roll damage it asks.
Oh, did it change? Oh, that makes sense. I always thought it was at when you cast it. 3 or 4 because this spell is chaotic. We're gonna make it force damage.
Okay.
So 37. Second math.
37, 27.
Yes, my bad.
Okay.
Whoops.
Sorry. I'm not. I just want to make sure.
It's been a while.
It's
Yeah.
It's been a day, okay? And then we're gonna move
Gotcha.
here. Just
Okay.
slightly, she's slightly uncomfortable by wherever she is, realizing she's in the middle of the circle and just going, fuck it.
Okay.
And that is all for now.
That is all that he can, or he can't do a legendary action on anyone right now. No one's around him close enough to do one.
Actually,
Her, sorry.
let me roll a d20 because that was a sorcerer spell. We're good.
What does that mean? I'm sorry.
Wild magic.
Oh, gotcha. Do you have concentration going on anything?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have to roll a concentration?
No.
You don't
No.
have any? Okay.
So, no. It's to see if there's a wild magic surge or not.
Okay. I thought I was just make sure you didn't more having a concentration spell or anything else. Okay. This brings us to the blue dragon's turn. It's going to attack Tyrak. And there we go. Let's go do a bite, 2 claws. You're right. 21, 30, and he can't really get flanking. So yeah, that's gonna be it. They can make 1 and 2 for 19 and 33 points of damage against Tyrak. Okay, ending his turn, and you will see as the cloud swarms to chase the white, green, and black dragons. Again, another swarm of these start to descend down upon. Let's see here. These actually are going to be a lot larger dragons than just the wormlings and things before. This actually is going to include some of the larger drakes on in this kind of cloud that comes down upon you. Let's do this. See who all it gets. All right, I will need dexterity saving throws from everyone, please. Okay. All right. So, looks like everyone passed. So you all will just take. Oh wait, let me double check. The other one didn't have damage. Let me read this one.
15 passes.
It's
Yes.
a dive bomb, not a Maleficent thing.
Yeah, it's the brood of various other dragons coming down to attack you guys in a big flood. This is a little bit bigger though. It does not take half damage. So it's just gonna be I'm sorry, you all pass. So never mind. So let me move that out of the way. And let's bring us to Valako's turn, who's going to try to make a couple more attacks. Bite. Oops, wrong one. Bite. Claw. Hit, and miss. So, wait, actually, AC is what, 19? Oh, I'm choosing the wrong one. Sorry. Let me get the right red dragon. I have too many red dragons open. His AC is 19. So bite, claw, claw. 18 is a miss. That's a hit. That's a hit. For 34 more points of damage. And it's not looking. Velaka's not looking great. It brings us to Mr. Modal's turn. As you, I believe, and Lorna are both prone.
Yeah, I want to get back up. How high is Maleficent?
She flew back down to Anika's level until Anika decided to poof out of there.
Okay.
So she's back on the ground.
All right. Oh boy. Won't be able to jump it. Oh wait, no. No, that's as far as I'll go. You know what? I'm going to activate my my boots, and I'm going to start walking, kind of like a 45-degree angle. And I want to. So basically, I'm going to be 20 feet up and 20 feet this way, in the air.
Okay.
By the way, what altitude is Faye and this dragon at?
I'm at 30.
30. All right, just out of my reach. Okay.
All right.
Do I have any actions? Okay. Action. I'm going to dash. I'm going to move up 10 feet straight up, giving flank with Faye with the dragon. That's turn.
You won't be flanking just because they're both 30 feet up in the air.
Isn't Josel as well with the boots?
Sorry, you said you were flying. I didn't even hear that. I'm so sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
yes, you are flanking with the dragon and Faye now.
Yeah.
All right, Faye, it's your turn.
Well, I do appreciate the advantage. I think we got a little bit bigger ones to deal with at the moment. Looking at the shadow
If
dragon.
you lose concentration, someone gets taken out of a fight.
I missed that one over my head. What were you saying?
He's
What are you trying to say to Faye when you fly up there?
if Faye gets hit and happens to lose concentration, Lorna won't be able to fight around.
We're also in a breath range situation over here.
Fine. Okay, go.
I am going to. Where do I'm going to move down. I'm going to move up diagonally to here, so I'm about 80 feet up.
Okay.
Take the attack of opportunity.
Okay. Miss. He's about to go fly home.
Yeah, just keep bashing with the shield, and let's do 3 blasts at Maleficent.
All right. That's a hit for sure. The first 2 hit, but the last one does not.
That's fine.
Oh wait a minute. Shoot, does she lose? Does she get the AC from that? Let me double check. Um, oh, I'm sorry. No, her the last two do not hit. The first one does hit.
Right, so that is going to be 7 plus
19.
19.
19 total, yeah.
19 total. That's force damage, right? Or is that necrotic? I can't remember.
Force.
Got it. Okay. All right. Anything else?
That is going to be it.
All right. It already used its swing attack, so it can't really do anything else. It's your turn, Cronus.
Let's see. I'm no longer raging. Come on. So I have 50 feet of movement, so right there. How big of a is this gap for the chasm?
I mean, it's only like 5 feet across in some areas.
Okay, so I could just
jump
run
it.
in this
If
jump
you
it.
have a, yeah, if you have a
Okay.
good strength modifier, you can just jump it.
Alright. Now that I'm here, I am going to use my 1 black orb for a flurry of blows for free for a minute. And I am going to 4 attacks on Maleficent right here.
Okay.
And
Hit and hit. Miss and hit. So first 2 hit and the last one hits.
whatever, 16, 25, 35, 38.
All right. 38.
And then start this process. Con saves. I'm gonna do it 3 times.
Okay. Constitution save. What's the DC?
16.
All right. This is gonna be one of those scenarios where she's gonna pass no matter what. So, I mean, I'll go ahead and roll them, but she passes those, so she's not stunned. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's it.
Okay. She will use one of her legendary actions to make a tail attack against you as you've gotten close. So here's that, which is a hit for 24 bludgeoning damage. Okay. That's gonna end the legendary action. Lorna, it is your turn now.
Yay! Okay. Okay, I can do this. I'm gonna stand up from prone, so I have 40 feet of movement left. I'm going to run under these guys and, like, run and jump there.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Next, I'm going to make 4 reckless attacks, Great Weapon Master, on Maleficent.
Okay.
Okay. 25.
That's a hit.
Okay. 17.
Miss. Hit.
Okay. And
Miss.
19.
So just 2 of those miss, or 2 of those hit. I'm sorry. So 25 and 25.
Okay, and then 26 plus 7, so 65 points total.
Okay. 1 second. Okay. It seems like your blade does not do as much damage as you would expect against as it's made against other dragons. Its shadowy figure seems to not processes it much, but the cosmic damage does seem like to do its full effect. Oh, let's see here.
Even though it's a magical sword? Shit.
Shadow dragons are ruthless.
Okie dokie. That's her turn.
Okay. All right. What will she do?
She will surrender.
Trying to see what kind of cone she had. Uh-oh. It's not good when it's a bigger cone than we have a template for.
Oh. Oh no.
I am also 80 feet up.
Yes, but your friends are not.
I'm 30 feet.
This is a cone, though, a 90-foot cone. So a cone means it's like an ice cream cone, so it goes up, down, left, and right. So, let's see, I don't know what to do without a... So let me just see how far that goes. You will get opportunity attacks for it lifting up and flying backwards, though, Lorna and Cronus. Let me just do this like this, I guess. So. It's just so hard to stop. All right. So this should get everyone but Rory. Easel piece. Does it go this far out too? This is 90 feet.
Depends on if you're going. Yeah.
Okay. And as it reels back its head, instead of a familiar fiery blast, you see this kind of green, smoldering, not acid, but just breath start to like billow and build up in its mouth as it starts to release its shadow breath. I will need a dexterity saving throw from each of you.
Can it still hit me when I'm 80 feet up?
It's a 90-foot. It's a 90-foot cone, so
It would get
down.
bigger the farther out it gets.
Yeah, it would. It's not like a 90-foot cube or anything.
Cylinder.
I think
You're
you're
80
too
feet
close
up.
and too tall. Or too high and too close.
Well, it did lift off the ground too and fly up. So if it does that, it should get a little bit bigger then.
How high
I
did
don't
it
know.
go?
That's three-dimensional shit. It flies up and backwards like 30, 40 feet up in the air. I'm just trying to think now. But then would that go over Cronus's in their head? Because they would definitely aim it towards the people on the ground too. You're right on that bubble, Faye. Like,
We
I
could
would
just
say,
do a
like,
luck roll.
what's a luck roll?
Just a straight D20. And you could.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say you're like with him flying up, you're kind of like at that 50, like 10 feet, kind of probably within 10 feet of hit or miss. Yes. Let's go ahead and just roll a d20, and I'm gonna go ahead and give Josel the same chance since he's about 30 feet up in the air.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So, Josel, if you'd like to see if you're just out of the range, or you feel like you're actually in the range.
I'll take it.
Okay. So I will need a dex save from you, Faye, as well.
I will
Sorry,
use my
waiting
luck
to
point.
see what the save was.
Oh my gosh, I'm so hot in this room. Okay. All right. So Anika, you pass. Let's see here. Lorna, Cronus, Josel, and Faye, you guys all fail. All right. So let's see here. This is probably not going to be great news. For 92 points of necrotic damage. For those that get caught in the middle of that.
Minus half because it's evasion.
Okay. So half for those are evasion. And then let's see here.
I'm still up, but there's no way I can make that concentration check for Lorna.
What do you mean?
I was concentrating on haste. There's no way I can make a 41.
Okay.
Oh. For Lorna and I had an opportunity attack, yes.
Yes, go for your opportunity attacks.
And sorry, I also failed that save, yes, with a 18.
Oh no, that is correct.
Oh, I killed her.
Awesome! We won!
Okay. That was not bludgeoning damage?
Correct, that is necrotic damage.
Cool.
Right. Alright. Man,
I
am
could use some
sweating.
healing.
Okay.
I think we all could.
I have 1 hit point.
I got 0.
Fuck.
In fact, I got a failed death save.
No.
Really, I got worse news for you than that, actually.
Oh, great.
This is a deadly, deadly, deadly breath. Any damage dealing breath weapon possessed by the... Oh, yeah. A humanoid reduced to 0 hit points by this damage dies. An undead shadow rises from its corpse and acts immediately after the dragon in the initiative order. The shadow is under the dragon's control.
Oh,
So you are dead at the moment. Josel, as you feel this this breath just consume your body, engulf you, you have some fleeting memories come to mind. You are welcome to do or act or say anything with your dying breath. And just to be clear, this doesn't mean that you're exempt or unable to be part of any kind of revivify or stuff like that. But your soul is, or you are currently falling to the ground, dying. What would you like to do?
As Josel is dying, he remembers back when he was a child, helping his father craft some furniture, and his mother doing the gardening. His brother just left home to join the military and never came back. Fast forward, he remembers signing up to join the military, and his parents were not very pleased with that, but he really wanted to make a difference. He wanted to do more than just, craft. He wants to help the world. Fast forward, he felt that working with the military was very restricting. Sure, you could, help the kingdom, but you're not helping the rest of the world. You're not making a big difference at a grand scheme. So he left the military and formed the Arcane Blades, a venturing party that travels the country and helping those who can't help themselves. He made many friends, and he made a lot more enemies. He learned later on that he had a son, and he tries to leave the adventuring life, but his baby mama, if you suppose to say that, and his son was captured, and he tries to rescue them, but he was put in a scenario where he couldn't save both of them. He can only save one. So he saved his son, and the son blames him for the death of the mother. He then tried to make up for it, but his son absolutely despised him. Once his son got old enough, he left, leaving Joseph alone and bitter. Fast forward, he was eating dinner when some strangers burst into his cabin and beat him to near death. When he awoke, he could hear a whisper coming from outside underneath a scarecrow, a weapon that he put away long ago. He uncovered it and got out his sword that you are all familiar with. And now he searched to find these people and exact revenge. But at this moment, Joseph realized now that he is dying, he wasn't really looking for vengeance. He was looking for an end. And his eyes closed.
You all can have a quick free, 6 seconds to say or react, but obviously no movement or actions if you guys wanted to. If there's anything that came to your lips, obviously you can only do so much with it being so far away and falling before you, but if anyone has any particulars they'd like to do at this moment until you can do more later, feel free to do so as well.
Lorna just screams out Josel's name, kind of like torn between going to him and fighting Maleficent.
Damn it. And within moments, you will see from the corpse of your fallen comrade a shadow appear above his body as his body falls to the ground. Oh shoot, not two, just one. Even though Joseph might have had a split personality, he only gets one.
Maybe a sword.
Yeah, there you go. That's gonna bring us to shoot. Come on, pop out. Bow.
Did the wormling take any damage?
Actually, yes. There's the other dragons took damage as well.
Silver
And are
lining.
dead.
So the wormlings are dead. Shoot. Surprisingly, I actually was wondering if these, but apparently it only applies to humanoids, so they do not respond in the shadows. But that breath will also kill Volako. And it's going to severely wound. I'm sorry. It's going to severely wound Tyrak or Velako and kill Velako, who falls a slump to the ground.
Wait, which one does it kill?
It kills. I'm sorry. It kills Tyrak, the one that was following Maleficent's order still.
Okay.
But Velako is seriously injured as well by that last attack.
I mean, we don't
Kills
really
one
care.
of Faye's uncles.
Mm-hmm.
There's no proof your family.
All right, and that's going to bring us to Tyrak, who's dead. But as he lies dead, a dead corpse laying upon the ground, you'll start to see his blood coming out the wounds, the various wounds that were left before. And they start to pool around his body, and you start to see them kind of trace through the stonework and the rocks on the ground as they start to go towards and around the runes and sigils that are in the center of this thing. And you'll start to see that once the pool kind of falls these crevasses, it starts to like fill all the different runes and the etchings in this stone in this ritual area start to become lined in blood and connected and making this bright red crimson pattern upon the stone. At that time, you hear a thunderous clap in the sky. The orange lightning again starts to be even more erratic and start to fracture and tear and pull itself from the clouds. And you see what was originally this slit across the sky with this orange and yellow lightning start to fragment outwards and in every direction. And you'll start to see what the best way I could describe it is like almost like an eye start to open into the sky, and you will see regular clouds further through this ritual, and you will also probably be able to make out this portal that is into the world of Fantasia. This is going to bring us to Anika's turn. As you see that the opening to the portal is now open, and you will start to see some even wormlings and drakes start to peel off of the green, the white, and the black dragon and start entering the world of Fantasia.
I'm assuming I get the feeling that we have to go to the portal to get out of here. Not it's coming to us.
Correct. It's well, right now it doesn't seem like it's coming to you. There's just happening, and it's still obviously it's developing as time proceeds.
Okay. Well, there's
It seems
that.
like it's just now starting opening. So that's why it's only letting a few dragons and wormlings through at the moment. It's not letting the whole brood out quite yet.
Yeah.
Maleficent will start cackling again. It says, it's too late. You all failed. And now I'll take the keys for Reed and return Fantasia as her champion and lead this brood to take over this world. Your action, Anika. Sorry, my voice is going.
Yeah. As an action,
Oh,
I can...
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to do that to you, Anika. Technically, the shadow goes first. Because it goes right after the dragon. I'm sorry about that. So let me just do a quick attack on you, Cronus. I believe that's... Let me see what you roll. Oh my gosh, that's going to be a hit. Alright, and we're going to do... it's going to be... let's see here... It doesn't have advantage. It will be 20 points of necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw him down.
And these shadows are nasty, as they do the same thing.
Ooh.
As soon as you go down, Cronus, you feel the life start to slip out your body.
Is it a instant kill, or does he still make death saves?
No, the target dies if this reduces... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I might have misread this.
Attack
No,
dead
if
yet.
a non-evil humanoid dies from this attack, a new shadow rises from the corpse, 1d4. Oh, it doesn't come out right away.
Also not dead yet.
It's not dead yet. You're right. I'm sorry. Never mind, Cronus, because you have to lose your strength completely. But it does, if you don't get resurrected or you full out die, a shadow does appear. Thank you for that clarification. So you're unconscious, Cronus, but you are
And it's hours later.
hours later. Yeah, he's not dead.
So real
not-
quick, the breath weapon from that knocked Jozel out, does that have the hours later thing attached to it?
No.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
As Cronus is saying that, Joseph like puts his head up and looks at him as he's saying it. Then once he's done, no, you go, again.
So you are unconscious, sir, for right now. And now it's your turn, Anika. Sorry to do that to you.
So I'm gonna cast Mass Cure Wounds on. I think it can hit everybody. It
Time to
can
buy
because
up.
of the 30 feet.
Oh wait,
That's
Are
right.
you doing concentration checks on your wall of water?
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, okay.
It passed when I took the green fire.
Oh.
I
okay.
just can't delete the line.
Gotcha. Got it.
So everyone but Faye, because Faye's too high, is gonna get 12 points of healing. Look at that.
I'm sorry. Who are you healing? I'm sorry. Everyone besides Faye.
Everyone. Yeah, Faye's too far away.
Right. So that's gonna be 7. Wait, we're not doing cosmic on the healing, right?
No.
So 12 to Cronus and 12 to you, Lorna.
Yep. Thank you.
And to me.
Yes.
Let's see.
And Rory, it would actually hit Rory from where I had it.
Oh, good call. Okay. All right. Let's see here.
I don't suppose there's any way for me to figure out how this thing works as a bonus action, huh? Or at least just how to stop it.
How to stop what? I'm sorry.
You know, the giant portal in the sky from opening and letting a Maleficent out.
From your study of the crux, your understanding with it is that once the ritual has been enacted, your best bet is to stop her from getting out of there, or keeping her contained. You will see that although Velaco's brother is down and he's content with that, he is still angrily looking at Maleficent as well as Haraka. So their attention has been diverted as well. Seem like they don't want her to get out of here either.
Alright. Everyone who's not dead, pile up on the dragon. The evil one. And I point at Maleficent. And then... haven't seen her cast any spells. Can't really take another hit from that breath again. I'm gonna move basically like just next to the corpse of the dead dragon.
Use it for cover.
Yep. And I'm still within range to the help. But yeah, I'm gonna go for that. That is all.
All right, that's going to bring us to the blue dragon, but not before black. This Maleficent has another attack, a legendary action here. I believe if I did this correct, it's from the token, right?
I've usually, yeah.
But you're in the air though, yes?
Yes, I am in the air, and you guys are just, I think, out of range, both of you. So, with the air added to it, obviously it's not going to work. So, what would it do?
It doesn't have to do anything. It doesn't have to take its legendary actions.
It's going to, because it can't do anything up in the air with you guys, so what it will do is use its legendary actions. Obviously, it's not going to make its swing attack, but it is going to use its movement speed. Come over here and deal with Oh, that's way too far. He can't move that far. Say, let's get up here to Haraka. And that's going to end its turn. And it's Haraka's turn. Okay, so now Haraka's going to make an attack. Bulldog Blue. Claw. Oh, wait, let me recharge his breath. See if he gets his breath back. 1d6. Nope. Claw. Bite and bite. Come on. Miss, hit, and hit. For 30, 48, 53 points of damage. Right. And that's going to end its turn, and then Velako is going to say, it's going to call to Melissa and say, "You will not leave here alive and take my brood from me." And he's going to go ahead and make his attacks. Let me try to recharge his breath.
He never used it.
Did he not? Oh, he
Sorry.
had a short, but he only had a short rest. So since that's why I didn't get it back to him automatically.
Well, no,
that-
because he was
no, I
going to
think-
use
I
it,
think he used
and then no, he was going to, but then
Yeah.
it wouldn't have affected the red dragon.
You're absolutely right. Thank you. Thanks for being honest. So it's gonna be he is going to use it against her. And let's go ahead and do a dexterity, or wait, dexterity saving throw. All right. So that's not a good dexterity saving throw.
Wait, that's also his save?
No. The red dragon is using its breath weapon against Maleficent.
Yeah,
Oh,
but you
no,
rolled it.
that's right. So that's Maleficent's saving throw, dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
It's got agent on it.
Ah, okay, that's what it was. I saw a red dragon and was
I know it
confused.
keeps messing me up too. So keep me honest. You're not wrong for questioning it. 18d6. There you go. That was a good chunk. For 35 more points of damage. Maleficent's wings look like singed, and you'll see that her flight is even impaired to a certain extent, but she still definitely can fly. It's just a little bit more labored, a little bit more. So I'm going to reduce her movement speed by 20 feet. As she takes another severe blow of damage. That's going to bring us to Bayrail Bonray. What would you like to do, Faye?
Alright, bonus action. I'm drinking a potion.
Okay, go for it.
That's a good, tasty potion for 28.
Okay.
We need to get some damage on her. And my big heal would require me getting up close and hurting myself. You know what? This is
You
a
also
good
know
time.
that dragons can recharge their breath weapon.
Yep, so I'm going to... Let me check the range of this real quick. You know, yeah, let's get another ally on the board.
Okay.
I'm summoning my Draconic Spirit, and I am going to make it crystal to make her breath weapon radiant.
Okay. All right.
And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to fly up another 50 feet this way. So I'm now at 130 feet. And then Rose-Eye takes her turn immediately after I do.
Okay, go for it.
Rose-Eye is going to first move right here to aim her Radiant Breath at Maleficent.
Oh, sorry. Dexterity saving throw. Dex. There it is. She gets an 18, so she'll
take
take
6.
half 6. Okay.
And then Rosai will move in within 10 feet and is going to do 3 rend attacks.
Okay.
This is.
Can she do a breath weapon and a multi attack? Usually, dragons
Yep.
only do one or the other.
Nope. She's different.
Don't say you have the spell and use. Oh, okay, got it. So, I got you. Okay.
She's special.
Okay. All right, those will all miss.
But she still has 60 feet of movement. So she is going to.
Rend a ranged attack, or is it a
10 feet.
10
10 feet.
All right. You know what? Haraka and Balako are surrounding her. I will give her advantage on those. So the second one and the third one both hit.
Yay! Go, my baby!
32 plus 1. Okay. All right. Anything else?
You will then use her movement. She used 20 to get close. She's going to move 40, or she's going to move 30 feet back this way.
Okay. All right. That's going to bring us to you, Cronus. And I guess Velako and Tyrant or Haraka were on the ground, so she would have flown close enough to hit him, but she's probably still 10 feet off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You're 7 feet tall, I think, so you could still hit her from the ground.
Would I be able to shadow step onto her back?
You may certainly try.
Okay. So, I am going to action, take my potion of long rest. Which gives me all my health back, yes?
Yes, it will give you all your health back, all your abilities back, everything's refreshed, like you took a long rest. This is the one that you got from Diabol, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you will suffer a point of exhaustion after you go to take a long rest, so just... you won't get the full benefits of your next long rest. You get the full benefits, but you will still have a point of exhaustion after you complete your next full rest.
Got it. Alright. Okay, let me check my distance here. Yeah, so I will just shadow step directly onto her back. I'm gonna put my token down here so I'm not over top of it.
Okay, that's fine.
But my goal is like right at the base of the neck on the body.
Okay. Go ahead and just give me an acrobatics check to make sure that you can keep your balance on. You're good to go. So go ahead and do as you wish.
I mean, that would be my turn, because it's action for the potion, bonus action, the shadow step.
Okay. That brings us to you, Lorna. What would you like to do?
I am stunned because haste dropped.
Oh, that's right. Okay. That brings us to Maleficent's turn. Let's see here. Let's think. What would you do? Kind of regretting flying all the way over here now. For some reason, it made sense to me when I did it. Well, let's first see if she gets her breath weapon back. Oh boy. Okay, well, she is going to fly over here. You're on her back, so she's going to bring you with her.
Yep.
Alright. And she is going to attempt... see here. 90. So it kind of curves, right? 9. How's that work? 90 on the dragon. 90. Is it curve or is it 90 across? Oh my god, Lorna, you are so
It
lucky.
is 90 across.
You are ridiculously lucky.
Am I? Am I though?
Holy shit!
You're
I think
just out of it.
Anika, you are just out of it too, Anika. All right. Well, oh, well, she tried.
I'm 130.
Well,
You're
since you
80.
can't get
No,
you
I
guys-
flew up another
Anyways.
50.
Jeez.
Go ahead and fly her some more. All right. So this is going to be Rosai, Balako, and Haraka. So I need dexterity saving throws from Rosai and the other two dragons. So here we go. And the DC is a... Where are you at? 24. Adult, dexterity saving throw, dex. Dragon. Alright, that's fail and fail, so they will take 20, or all three will take 66 damage. Let me confirm. 66 damage, yep. Oh no, that's never a good sign when Roll20 is sitting there saying, rolling the dice. What did I do? I've angered it. That's 83 points of necrotic damage. That will be enough to kill Balako. Actually, Haraka's not been doing the worst, but she's not doing the best. She looks very bad, but you'll see that Balako also is slain, and you'll see that he starts to kind of, as he's off the edge, starts to kind of plummet downwards over the peak. You'll start to hear his large, massive body kind of tumbling against the cliffside of the rocks as it starts to roll down the mountainside. That's going to end her turn, bringing us to the Shadow. The Shadow is going to go after the person it can reach, which is you, Lorna. And it's going to make an attack. You got Shadow.
Okie dokie.
24.
Mm-hmm.
Doing 16 points of necrotic damage. You're not dead like the breath weapon, but you are unconscious. Okay, and that's going to end its turn. And it's going to bring us to Anika Sweettooth. As you see this large, massive black dragon flying up in the sky a little bit, and he just wiped out the remaining ancient dragons on the battlefield that are helping you.
Yeah. I'm measuring things because stuff just changed. Alright. We're gonna do another mass cure wounds, but this time it's gonna include Lorna, me, and the blue dragon.
Okay.
Okay, that's a lot better.
That's a good
24.
heal.
24 for everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And then, do I want to do anything with my bonus action?
Actually, Cronus, can you give me another acrobatics check since she's flying with you on her back? You're good. Is there anything else, Anika, you'd like to do, or would you like to move, or?
I feel like staying where I was is the reason I did not get attacked by the breath, so I think I may stay hiding under the dead red dragon.
Okay.
Um,
I'm using
however-
Tyra or Velako as full coverage.
absolutely, whichever one this is.
Set
I'm
him up
gonna
and use him like a tauntaun.
with the blue dragon, I'm just gonna look at it, look at Maleficent, look at him again, just go kill her, please. And I'm gonna give it inspiration to go kill Maleficent.
Okay. Blue Dragon gets its breath weapon back as well as soon as you give him that power or that word of encouragement. And it will fly up and it'll say, it'll say to Maleficent, the dragons will return to the world, but not under your command. And you'll start to see this again, that billowing breath kind of start to build up in its throat and its mouth as its scales kind of come to life with electricity, and then you start to see it produce it out of its mouth as it uses its lightning breath one more time. My voice. It's Dexterity 19 saving throw. That is going to be a fail.
I'll roll since I'm on him.
Oh yes, go ahead, please. That is also a fail, so you'll take this damage with them. Of course, you'll have yours with evasion. So 12d10 of lightning damage. That is going to be 63 points of lightning damage.
31.
Right. Upon that, Maleficent can no longer keep her flight above, and she will use she'll use her what little power her wings give her to kind of help her descend down onto the ground safely without falling over the edge. The dragon looks very labored and breathing. It stares glaring at Haraka and says, and she will say to, without me, you'll never find your place in the world. They'll erase you again, just like before. And that's going to bring that to here. She's on the ground. Okay, the red dragons are dead. Mr. Modal is dead. Favorite Bonray, you are up. You are 130 feet in the air, if I recall correctly.
Yep.
And she is all the way on the ground at this point.
She is. I'm actually in good sniping range.
Oh, and I'm sorry, I didn't do the layer thing. I'm not going to do the layer action now that the sky is open, because all you're going to see is dragons and wormlings trying to escape into Fantasia. But you'll also start to see that the eye is opening larger, allowing even more dragons to escape this nest of time.
I'm gonna do another bonus action and drink my greater for 15. Alright, I'm gonna do some Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
It's
All right. Go ahead and do damage, and those are all force, I believe. Yep. So 15, 21. Hey, how would you like to do this?
I kind of look down at Josel's body on the ground, and I just look at her. And in Draconic, I just say, "This is for Josel, you bitch." And I want my blast just to sever her head from her neck.
Hey. All right. So they do. The blasts collide into her, and start to weaken on already loosened scales upon her neck, and you'll start to see the head fall off and start to tumble backwards over the cliff to it starts to bounce. At that same point, though, you'll see the rest of her body and even the head, as it's starting to fall away, turn back into her regular head and start falling and bouncing off the the cliffside. Her much smaller form lies there limp on the ground on the edge of this rock. You know, Cronus, I know you have like a misty step, so I'm not gonna make you save for it. I imagine you would just poof over
Yeah, I
to
can just shadow step.
Grab her staff.
and then you will see Maleficent lays there dead on the ground before you. The shadow, I don't know what happens to I think the shadow's still technically there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take care of it. Unless it dies with her.
It doesn't say so, but I imagine it won't take you guys very long to kill it off. So that brings us to your turn, Cronus. So you could probably shadow step onto the solid ground and race over there. I'm not sure how much movement you have.
So I would actually, assuming I shadow stepped down here and grab the staff, like I would grab the staff, just jab it into the bag of holding real quick,
Okay.
and then use my movement to go and pick up Rory.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about all I can do.
All right. Right. That's going to. So you pick up Rory. Excuse me. Lorna, what would you like to? You stand before the shadow that. Actually, I'm sorry. You're prone, right? Because you just
Yeah.
came back from the unconscious. But there's a shadow right before you.
Yeah. So she is going to stand up. How hurt does the shadow look?
Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't really got.
I don't think it's been
targeted
hit.
much. It's hard to tell if a shadow's hurt though.
Okay. She is going to. We're still saying bonus actions to take potions.
Full action if you would like to get the full.
Okay, if it's not a healing potion, is it an action?
It's a bonus action if you're taking it yourself, as long as you're not giving it to
Okay.
someone else.
She's going to bonus action take the potion of speed that is in the bag of holding, which gives her
Okay.
haste. No concentration
Okay.
required, and she is going to recklessly attack Great Weapon Master this shadow. So,
Okay, go for it.
3 attacks.
All right. Hit, and that shadow is gone.
Okay.
Disappears. You've killed Josul's shadow.
Then with the rest of her, 40 feet, she's going to grab Josul and head towards the portal.
There's currently no portal on the ground. It's up in the sky, but it is like shooting lightning down to these poles now.
Okay, she's heading towards that area with Josul. She's not
Sure.
leaving him behind.
Okay.
That is her turn.
All right, and that's going to bring us out of combat. As you still see though the portal in the sky open wider and wider, letting more and more dragons out. Haraka will limp towards the center a little bit past this portal, and it's starting to now produce. It's now starting to strike both of the totem poles there. She looks at your group, labored and injured, but she looks at the dead bodies of Velaco and the body of the only body that's there is Tyrax, but sees that and then knowing that Velaco falls off, he goes, she looks at you all and like, Olako was kin to us. And I knew he didn't see the way we'd like to shape our future. This is bad news. I don't know how Rethic and Kirsten are going to react to this. You'll see that the sky dragons, the white, green, and black, are no longer fighting as the brood starts to fall into pecking order once again. Green, the lesser green dragons, seemingly following the commands of green and so forth. You'll see these large adult dragons descend down upon the Rethic and Curse, both looking around for Volako and saying, "What happened?
Well,
What happened?"
Maleficent.
Maleficent.
And I also,
Make
real
sure
quick,
to-
I want to give you guys a heads up because I don't want time to pass you guys if this is in your intention, because mechanically, the mechanical stuff first. Technically, Josel has like 30 seconds on a revivify if his character so chooses to come back. And if you guys
Revivify-
have the resource.
I do. I have.
And I have
I have a
Scroll.
whole one, but yeah, I can cast it. And
Do
Anika
you
would.
want to cast Anika, or I could use the scroll I have?
No, save the scroll. Scroll doesn't need the component.
Josel will be unable to answer whether or not he wants to come back until I take him to another channel and see how his character wants to pass back over or not. But Revivify we've kind of declared as okay.
Yeah, I would.
This is your first time dying as 2, I think, Josel, right?
Nope, it's not.
Okay.
As we had just last
Set the precedent that Revivify does count because it's within the minute, but I will still defer to your character's choice, Josel, after they cast the spell.
Okay.
So, what would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna run over here and cast Revivify before I start talking to the dragons.
Yeah, I'm gonna come down. I grab the staff.
Cronus has it.
It's in my bag of holding.
All right. Did not know if that happened.
Okay, let me take Josel to the other channel real quick. As you begin the ritual and the spell of casting Revivify upon... well, it's not a ritual, you're casting the spell, right? Because the ritual takes how much time? A minute?
Yeah, I have the spell, and I have the slots for it.
Okay. Josel, you're while you are passing into the afterlife, you're looking back on the memories of the life to come, but coming to terms with your death, and you feel a sense of warmth and embrace. It seems like you lived your best life, although challenged and oftentimes given a very hard hand that was dealt to you, or difficult decisions in your life. You get a feeling of warmth and serenity from passing, as if you are being welcomed into a better place. You start to feel the same kind of calling of your friends and your comrades that you traveled with, missing you and trying to bring you back to the material plane. What would Josel like to do?
I thought we were supposed to do this in private.
Oh, yep. Let me.
How did we fucking survive?
Dragons.
Meg, just I guess take your headset off for a second.
Let's see. Josel, again, he was searching for a glorious end. And there's nothing more glorious than fighting a dragon.
Shadow dragon. An ancient shadow dragon.
But if it's okay with you, I would like to retro change a minor thing, because I was thinking for a while, but I keep forgetting to talk to you about it, is having a note on his body for whenever he does fall and the others could read it.
Oh, definitely.
And I don't have it set up right away, but maybe next session I could have it ready by then.
Okay. So you think Josel would like to return to his afterlife with his deity then?
Uh, yeah, he lived a long life. He did everything that he could. He have regrets, but that's part of life. You got to have some regrets to appreciate things that go well. And he thinks he's done. He earned his rest.
Well, so. And you'll run into familiar friends. I wonder if I should bring you back into the channel so everyone else can just kind of hear your conclusion, or do you think that should remain private too?
I think it should. I think it'd be fine. For it to be private. If they want, they can go over the recording and find out what happens.
So you will, once you come to that conclusion, say you do start to see the, stars and light and just particles passing you by as you fly through the astral plane to your resting place. And as you see kind of that warm light grow bigger and bigger as you return to this afterlife, you're going to see familiar faces of friends. And I'm so sorry. I want to forget the one guy's name, the bridge snapper. What's his first name? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we say bridge snapper.
Your
That
friend
is
Bridge
his last
Snapper, and other comrades that have fallen before you. You'll also see the mother of your son. I know you guys weren't necessarily romantically involved, but she's also there as a friend, as this is a time for friends and family to come together and welcome you into the afterlife. And they all are all celebrating that your return to them with big embraces, especially from Bridge Snapper, who, even though you're dead, you can still feel him squeezing you to death as you are reunited. It seems that all family and friends that have come before you, ancestors and stuff, have prepared a large banquet in your honor, and there's drink and libations all over the place for you to partake in. Is there anything else you'd like to do, sir, as your character fades to rest?
Is he young again?
How would Josel imagine himself? He would not be frail or hurt or sick or anything like that, but his own it's more of like what Josel would envision himself as would be the form that he takes in the afterlife.
Seeing all of his friends and family, he would instinctually revert back to his young self.
Okay. All right, sir. I'm gonna move you back up, and we'll resolve this in the game. And I'm gonna pause real quick as the dragons are kind of still discussing amongst themselves what's happened. You cast,
Welcome back.
as you cast a spell upon friend Josel, see the particles go across his body, and it seems to be effective in nature, and you cast the spell correctly. But where you have seen a breath return, the test you have seen, then again, you do not see that happening with Josel. You do get the overwhelming feeling of warmth after casting the spell, a feeling of comfort and resolve, a feeling of filled life emanating from the body of the fallen comrade. And although the spell did not bring the friend back to life, you get an overwhelming sense of resolve and friend Joseph. Spirit has decided not to cross back across the astral board this next dragon. You guys are in the middle of this, and although
Is silent? It's silent.
Yeah.
Silent, you're breaking
You're-
up and like super
Like
far away.
this.
Oh no, is this better?
Yes.
There we go.
I'm sorry, guys. I'll just repeat it real quick. But you feel an overwhelming sense of calmness, peace, and resolve from your friends, Josel. But his spirit has chosen not to return across the astral sea and back to his body. But you feel like he is resolved and at peace with this, with where he's come to be. He seems to be a feeling of home. The dragons kind of pause in their initial conversations as they see you guys kind of dealing with your fallen friend and Haraka, and the rest of them seem to go off to the side while you guys handle the body of Josel before you. At this point, you'll see another lightning thing come down, clash to another pillar, and the sky is now almost fully open, leaving more and more dragons out of the nest of time. What would you guys like to do?
It worked. But I think he's staying with his other family.
Faye just kind of clutches the blue sash that Josel gave her.
It shouldn't have been him.
Shouldn't have been anybody. Well, take him home.
So I would actually walk over and lower Rory down to Lorna. And then pick up Josel.
Rory seems to be living, but it's very, very, even with this healing spells, it seems like the torture and things they've done to his body is it's a little too much to overcome immediately. It does seem like the fresh blood and this is healed, but there's so many scars and wounds and dried blood that still kind of just spatter all over his body. His hands are no longer his hands are unbound, but he has just no muscle strength to really do much than lift and budge a finger at this point. He still has he still has his eyes and his mouth gagged and wrapped.
I take all of that off, and I'm just holding him close. Kind of don't really care about the dragons right now for her.
As you do so, Lorna, you are going to reveal that he has had one of his ears completely sliced off, and both of his eyes have been carved out of him and left to rot and decay and to become infected. He's completely blind and cannot see you. Besides, so he has, but he can't. He's just kind of unconscious and really unaware, and really going through a number to really ask to say too much. He just is really on broken breath, and it's hard for him to really formulate any words at this current point.
She's just whispering that she's here, they're going home, we'll save you.
And he'll just, before he kind of blacks out to the pain and the infection, you could feel when you're holding him, he's just hot to the touch. He's running on such a high fever from infection and everything else that's going on with his body, and he's fighting off. And he'll just say on labored breath before kind of blacking back out, is like, "You shouldn't have come. You should have left me." But he'll kind of pass out, and I'm sure you'll have more time to just talk to one another once you get a more medical aid and attention. While you're cradling your brother and taking care of him, are you spending the rest of your time with your brother and the body of Josel, or
Yep.
would you like to talk
I'm
to
just
the...
staying there.
Okay. I know we're going a little late, guys. I'd like to kind of resolve this if that's okay.
It's
Just
all good. It's been a bit.
Is that okay, Meg? I know you usually have a
Yeah, that's
hard
fine.
stop. Okay. So yes. So what would you, Cronus, Fayril, or Anika like to do?
Is there anything left here other than a portal that's opening and some adult dragons that look like they may not murder us?
Go ahead, do an insight check on that.
Alright, one sec.
All right. From the as much body language as you can gather from what little time you spent with dragons, it does seem like they are in a heated conversation, with Rethic seemingly glaring at your group and back at the others, as Haraka seems to be trying to talk, and Trizik seems to be talking to Rethic and Curse. Curse also looks menacingly at you all as well, but he seems to be a little bit more intent on hearing Haraka and Trizik's words. You'll have to talk to them to learn more of what's actually being discussed or what they're saying.
Guys. And she'll look at everybody. If there's nothing else, I think we need to deal with the dragons that half of them want to kill us still. Maybe.
Agreed.
That being said, I would fireman carry Josel's body over my shoulder.
Yeah.
And just walk over to him.
I'll go with him.
I'll go as well.
You might want to... Lorna.
I think Lorna's pretty preoccupied right now and not hearing much of...
No, that was Faye saying to... Or Anika saying to Faye, like, you might want to stay with Lorna. Or somebody should. I know dragons are usually your thing, but I am also very persuasive.
Yeah, but at the moment, I think Lorna needs her space. I can get to her quickly enough on the broom.
Right, so you guys approach and you'll start to overhear some of the conversation the dragons are having. Primarily, you're going to hear Rethic protesting, like, I don't care about your lies. Trizik, I know you are nothing but deceit. You have an ulterior motive to side with these humans that would otherwise kill us when we go back. Trizik, you'll hear him kind of speak back to Rethic, like, you're not wrong that I have my own plans, my own goals of returning back to Fantasia. But I'm not stupid enough to know that if we return back to the way it was, that we will not quickly be hunted out to extinguishing again. It'll take decades, centuries to build our brood back to what it was, and to have any kind of sense of safety or security of seeing future generations come. If we go right back to where we left off, we'll give them no other choice but to turn against us and hunt us out alongside the Forgotten. Curse seems like he is heeding some of the words. His demeanor does seem to soften, although he doesn't seem quite as friendly to you guys approaching. Rethic, though, looks just mad. This is all part of the plan. They wanted to kill Maleficent and kill Volako. They had no intentions of keeping Volako alive or upholding their deal. And Haraka will say they've lost people too.
Also, as we approach, and I kind of hear that line. Did I hear that line? I'm assuming.
Yes, you all heard that. You guys kind of came into that kind of conversation going as you guys were approaching. You kind of were hearing the last tail end of what they were discussing.
You could also ask the humans, or I guess anything with 2 legs is a human too, what our plans are. Or you can keep guessing among yourselves, assuming we're all bad. Do you want to know what our plan was? And what it is? Or do you care?
Seems intent, as well as Trizik. Curse is tentatively listening, but Rethic can tell that she's outnumbered. So she's kind of forcibly listening to you.
Personally, I'm sorry you lost your brother. I'm not sorry a dragon that probably would have turned around and killed us immediately is dead. But I'm sorry Maleficent did it. I'm sorry you lost him. As for all of you, don't make us kill you in a couple 100 years. But other than that, unless you fire first, I don't plan on touching you.
I second that. I will not raise my blade towards any of you unless it's to defend the ones I love.
And in case all of you couldn't hear, Maleficent didn't plan this. Reed did. Reed's working with the Dark Empress.
Reed's still out there. They're still an enemy.
You still have somebody who wants to catch you all and make you their bitches. As it so happens, we want to kill her and the Empress. So, enemy of my enemy?
Rethic kind of looks annoyingly at you all. I cannot forgive them not saving Volako. But I see here that you will not listen to my words and that I am outnumbered here. So me and my kind will find our own place in the world. While you guys determine your own. But Trizik, don't ever come looking for help from me, ever. I will make sure that you and your kind will never be welcome to my parts of the world. And you'll see that Rethic kind of takes off. Actually, give me a persuasion roll too, real quick, because I'm really the one that's on the fence right now is the black dragon. The white dragon is basically not seeing reason because her brother didn't make it through.
Is it both of us?
You guys will roll with advantage if you guys are doing, but 27 will do it. Curse kind of looks up at Rethic to pursue, but he seems to come to reason and listen, wanting to hear your words more. As I have no, he'll speak up and say, I have no intentions of joining with the kingdoms that hunted my kind out of existence in the first place. But I will not stand in your way of, my kind will not strike or take a side in this war that you guys have going between Fantasia. And he will,
Actually, before the Black Dragon goes to take off or do anything, I would actually speak up and be like, any ideas where you would go that way? If I had to, I could send my son your way.
Eventually all of our children will leave the nest and start their own dens and their own homes. If he needs to come find me, he'll know how to find me. He'll be able to follow, he'll find his way back to me if he needs. It might take him a few centuries to do so, but he'll find us. He doesn't take off like Rethic does, but he just makes his resolve kind of known that he will not take, arms against you guys or, for either side, the dark side or your guys' side. he kind of wants to live a life of life of solitude. The white dragon made it seem like, if it strikes her fancy, or if you guys cross her or come close to her territory, she's not going to forgive so easily Valako's death. Haraka and Trizik, though, both look at you and go, it's very dangerous for us to work alongside you all once again, but I guess the same could be said towards us. Yet this is proof that we can work together. I can't always promise our goals will align, but in this case, Reed and the others trying to enslave our kin again, that will not be forgiven lightly, and we will take our own action and efforts to see that their deeds will go punished, or will not go unpunished.
Of course.
Seems fair, because I can't always promise every battle I'll heal you, but if we're on the same side,
Yeah.
goes up.
At this point, another lightning bolt hits that pillar on the third one, and you'll start to see that the archway starts to all start to electrify and scatter across, and you'll see a portal very similar to the one that you first entered when you came from the Thorn Tower appear before you. You see that Rethic takes off into the air, and then Curse doesn't take far off behind him and exits the portals in the sky, taking all the black and white dragons with him. Quite considerably less than when you first started this encounter. It seems that the dragons had to kill quite a few of their kind that were under control of Maleficent during that battle. It was quite a long battle, so it does seem like they did a serious number on the amount of drakes and wormlings that were able to make it out of there. Still a lot got out, just it's not the full amount that it was when you first arrived to the Nest of Time. Haraka and... Oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
So with both Valako and his brother gone, who will lead the Red Dragons?
Haraka and Trizik look at each other, and I assume the one that claims dominance next. It'll probably be a dispute for quite a few years between the largest and the oldest of the Red Dragons to see who was the alpha, who's the leader of all the brood. With the oldest brothers being gone, I'm sure they will be at odds with one another until one ultimately takes that claim. They will be a danger to you all for sure. I'm certain, but I imagine a danger to us as well for killing not only Valako but Tyrak. So it sounds like the white and red dragons will so out above table, it just sounds like the white and the red dragons will be problematic for the for the people of Fantasia, while the blue and the green and the black is kind of on the fence of helping, or black's kind of neutral. Blue and green seem a little bit more pro for your cause and willing to work with you guys.
Well, we have to go to the ice soon, so that should be fun. But that's tomorrow's problem. For today, let's get the fuck out of here now that we're not all gonna kill each other.
Let's return to Fantasia.
Would you guys like Harak? So Haraka, and the Curse seems like he's ready to go out. Haraka and Trizik will look at you guys and say, once we have learned what we've missed over the past several centuries and get caught up, we will come find you to see where this conflict takes us next.
If you'd like, I can message you every week, see how you're doing. We move around a lot.
And I can contact you with the dream spell if if that works for longer reconnaissance.
It'll take time for us to amass some of our resources back, but once we are established, I'm sure we'll find a way to get in contact with you through spells of that nature, or finding you the good old-fashioned way.
Would you allow me to scry on both of you in case we need to seek you out?
You may certainly try.
I figured you weren't going to make it easy, but I had at least thought I'd ask.
Trizik seems the most resistant to that. Trizik may be for you guys, but you know he has his own agenda at all times. Hiraka seems the one that's most openly and genuinely wanting to pursue some kind of alliance because he knows that it's best for his kind. But you also just to get a general feeling of curiosity from him, wanting to learn more about the cultures and the history that they've missed. The dragons will all take flight. I'm sorry, unless anyone has anything else they'd like to say, but you'll start to see them levitate off the ground. And at that point, they'll fly up into the sky, bringing all the rest of their broods that still remain there in the nest of time out through the sky portal. As you see this portal fully complete before you on the ground, and you see the room that you had left before in the Thorned Tower. What would you all like to do?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did I hear you say you guys go through the portal, or is there anything else you guys want to do?
Lorna is in her own world, but seeing their conversation and she'll pick up Rory and walk towards the portal.
Get the hell out of Dodge.
Let's have it going.
You guys pass through the portal, and can I get a quick perception check, please?
Okay.
As your previous experience in the Fae seemed to have time dilation and skip you forward, you can look around the room that you had just left a few days ago in the Time Nest. But in this room, it seems like mere moments. The blood on the floor is still wet and even slightly warm to touch, blood on the floor longer than a few minutes would probably be cold to touch, but it's still wet, not dried. It's still present, as if it was only, minutes before that you had disappeared. It seems like you are back into the top of the Thorn Tower right after Reed escaped from you minutes earlier. Possibly meaning that she is not too far away from when you first, where she first fled you, and not impossible to pursue.
We gotta get out of here.
There are windows and openings that you see that you could easily kind of make your, spend your time to make a little bit easier for you guys to exit.
I still have a spell slot. I can do teleportation circle to get us back to the city.
Well, that's true too. That is your guys' call. I think we could take the week off, or the week between this session and next session, for you guys to decide if you want to get back to Faywin as soon as possible, or if you want to pursue Reed, or whatever you guys want to do as your next steps.